Hello students, good morning. Once again I welcome you in class 7 English. Now we know that this is our second unit, the chapter the spirit of the youth, and the unit name of the people who inspiring us. And we all know that the majority we are followed, not we exactly followed, but we are says that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was greatest scientist from India, and he was known as the missile man also. And in this chapter, previously 2 lectures, I informed you his speech he delivered in Gulf nation. He during his visiting during he visited 2013 Indian school, and he delivered his speech. So first I told you that wings of fire. Now what do you mean the wings of fire? That is, he says that education is the wings of fire because it leads to our career, and also says that we have to follow the steps, 4 steps before we have to achieve our goal, and we have to decide a goal, right? The 4 steps are that you have to select, decide your goal before the age of the 20, then work hard, acquire the knowledge, and whatever the odds and success comes in your goal, you should face it. Then comes unique achievers. In this topic, in this part, he used the different kinds of the greatest scientists, right? He informed about Alexander Graham Bell, Madame Curie, Wright brothers, Thomas Alva Edison, right? He informed us. Then third one is that a unique one. Third one, a unique you, right? What is the unique you? He says that we are, whenever we are asking about the invention, that time we are always who, what, the history of the science. A majority students have a habit, right? Whenever he says that I met more than 18 million students, and he says that whenever I ask that, he says that I want to become a unique in this world. But he or she doing a work like as a common man, like that us, that who is working day and night. He just only give the best, not give the unique one. So it is a not good thing. And he says that I hope that you also want to become a unique one. And that's why he says that you have to work until you will not get the success, and you have to fight the hardest battle any human being can ever imagine, and never stop fighting. You arrive at the destined place. Now the third one is knowledge equation. When you leave your school, a great friend will accompany you, right? What is our great friend? There is only one great friend with us. We have lots of friends, but only one great friend with us, and that one is our knowledge. Knowledge is our best friend. Let me share with you, I call the knowledge equation. So what is the knowledge equation? So knowledge equation is what? That creativity plus righteousness plus courage. These are our knowledge equation. That is creativity, righteousness and courage. So he says that for first he gives the component of the creativity. He told us learning teaches creativity. When you are learn, right, that time in your mind the creativity is developed. So what does learning teach? So learning teaches creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. When there is in your creativity, right, it means when you are something create in your mind, it means you need the thinking ability. So the question is, what does creativity lead? So it leads to teaches. Thinking provides knowledge. When you are thinking, that time you need reference the lots of books, right? Searching, find out the things. It means what? When you are find out this thing, it means you are gaining the knowledge. When you are thinking, that time you are gaining the knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. So what does make us great? So knowledge makes us great, because with the knowledge, with the help of the knowledge, you can prove yourself. For example, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, then Stephen Hawking, right? We know that Stephen Hawking is a totally paralyzed person, but still with the help of his knowledge, we know him very well, right? Then the next component is knowledge is righteousness. Knowledge is perfectly righteousness. What is righteousness is described in the hymn. He gives the one hymn. Hymn means one short poem. He says that when there is a righteousness in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. When there is a righteousness in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. When you are a righteous person, that time there is a beauty in your character. When there is a beauty in the character, there is a harmony in the home, right? When the beauty in our character, that time the congruence or understanding at our home. When there is a harmony at the home, there is a order in the nation. When there is understanding at the home, each and every person is understandable that time that there is a one particular order in the nation. And when there is a order in the nation, there is a peace in the world. And there is a perfect order and law we are following. So there is a peace in the nation also. The question is, how do we inculcate righteousness in the heart? Right? How do we inculcate righteousness in the heart? So I also ask this question. What does righteousness of the heart ultimately lead you to? That peace in the world. It is inculcated peace in it. There are three people who can build righteousness in the heart of the youth. When there is an inculcated righteousness in the nation, it means there is a peace of the world also there. And who will build the righteousness? So I give you the question also. Who can help you inculcate righteousness in our character? So father, mother, and first mother, second father, and third one important. It is a very important aspect in our life, and he is a teacher. The third component of the knowledge equation is courage, which is defined as follow. He gives the defined in different ways. He says that courage to think differently, courage to invent, courage to travel unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible, courage to fight problems and succeed. What do you mean the courage? That courage means we have to think differently, we have to invent something, we have to travel unexplored path. That on that path not a single person walk. It means unexplored path. Then we have to discover that is totally impossible. Now then and then after we have to discover that, and to fight problems and succeed. And we have to fight all over the problems, and then after we are getting the success. That is a courage. So these are courage means what? That we have to think differently, invent, walk, travel on an unexplored path, discover the impossible, and fight problems and succeed. Now see that what will happen when what does the courage ask of you, right? What does the courage ask us, you? That to think differently, to invent, to explore, to discover, and the fight problems and hinder your success. This is the courage asked us to. He says, from where will you acquire the knowledge? So he also gives an answer that I would say from your home, from good books, good teachers, and from good human beings we are acquired the knowledge properly. Now he says also this: when schools teaches the students us knowledge with creativity, righteousness, and courage, our nation will have the large number of empowered and enlightened citizens. Empowered means what? Someone with the power of freedom and to do something for the nation. And enlightened, being well informed and understanding while behaving in a positive way. Now we all know that when the person who is not get the proper knowledge, he will not follow the creativity, thinking, and all this knowledge equation. So the negativity, right? He cannot do. He want to do, but he cannot do because he thinks there is a one point that people will not support me. Whatever the matter, either people will support you or not, but you should do your best work. So here also says that, so with the three components, right, with the students getting the knowledge from the school, or the school teach the students to knowledge with creativity, righteousness, and courage, definitely our nation will have the large number of empowered. It means large number of empowered and enlightened citizens. So what will happen when students use knowledge with creativity, righteousness, and courage? So our nation will have a large number of empowered and enlightened the citizen. This is a vital for growth of the individual, the growth of family, the growth of the nation, and the promotion of peace in the world. When these things and these three things teach in from the school, definitely sure enlightened and empowered citizens are in the world. But it is the biggest role for the growth of the nation, growth of individual, growth of family, and the promotion in the peace of the world. And last one, that is the very best. In this point you will learn about one boy's dream. He says that, friends, before I conclude, allow me to share dream of young students I met in 2006 when I was the President of India. He was the President of India in 2006. That time he met one student, and he says that I met a group of students from the Lead India 2020 movement on 28 August 2006. 28 August 2006, he met one group of the students. The name of the group is Late India 2020 Movement. And he asked them all the question, what do you want to become? This is a very famous question. And we are also asked you the same question, what do you want to become in your future? Out of the several students who responded, there was one visual challenge boy studying in class 9 who got up. Right? Visual challenge boy means who is a physically handicapped. Who was studied in class 9 and he stand up and he says that my name is Srikant Bola. His name was Srikant Bola and he answered, I will become the first visually challenged president of India. What did his wish? That you want to become a president of India, though he is a visually challenged boy. I was very happy to hear this and he was very happy. Aiming low is a crime. So to whom did Dr. Kalam meet when? So he met 28 August 2006. He met Lead India 2020, the group of the students Lead India 2020, right, movement. Then what was the dream of the Srikant Bola? That he want to become the president of India, though he is a visually challenged. And according to Dr. Kalam, what is the crime? So aiming low is a crime. We have to always thinking high, don't think low. I never says that I want to become a businessman. Think high, because aiming low is a crime. Hence, I congratulated him on setting his goal and told him work hard on his wings of fire. Now he worked very hard. He got the 90% in class 10 and 96% in class 12 also, and he got the seat. He then set a goal study engineering MIT, that is Massachusetts Institute of Technology, that is in Boston, America. His hard work not only secured him a seat but also got him a full scholarship. Because of his hard work, he did not get only seat but the scholarship also from that university. And the Lead India 2020 movement and GE volunteers, seeing the impact of Lead India 2020 trainings on Srikant, funded his travel to USA also. See that Lead India 2020 movement and GE means General Electrical, both are give him the his work, both so that his work, and then they are funded his travel to the USA also. Now he is pursuing study in MIT. When GE offered him to a job in the USA after his graduation, that time he told them that he would certainly come back if he could not become the president of India. See that he got the scholarship from the university, he got the fund from GE and Lead India 2020 movement. Even GE offered him a job, but after his graduation. But what is his aim? That he want to become a president of India. So he gave the reply politely that I would join your company, but I want to go at my country, and I will join when that he could not become the president of India. The boy's confidence amidst and difficult and challenges he must have faced commendable. He deserving the praise. He was a visually challenged. His aim is high, right? He want to become a president. That's why he deserving the praise. The youth of the today passes many unique qualities. As the future of the nation, promise you will work with courage to achieve success in all your goals. Set off your wings of fire and become the unique achievers with your own unique missions. So see that he says the youth of today possesses unique qualities. We have lots of unique qualities, but we have as the future of the nation. We are the future of the nation. It means that you are the students is the future of the nation. Promise. He asked promise that you will work with courage and to achieve success all your goals. Right? You will achieve in all your goals, and you have to achieve anyhow to success. Set off your wings of fire and become the unique achievers with your own unique missions. You have to set your wings of fire, and says that become you unique achievers with your own unique missions. Right? So here the question is that what examples did Dr. Kalam give to prove the statement I can do it? So it says that the confidence of the boy, right? Srikant Bola, he gave the best example of the Srikant Bola, right? Who was a visually challenged boy. His wish, his dream that he want to become the president of India. He got the scholarship, he got the seat, he got the fund from the GE and volunteer. And when GE offered him a job, That time is what I would join if I would not become the president of India. And what is the main message of Dr. Kalam's speech? His main message is what? That we have to set our wings of fire and become the unique achievers with our own unique missions. I wish you all great success in years ahead. May God bless you. So students, here I stop my lesson. Here also the chapter is also over. I hope you have to understand the chapter very well. Thank you.